Vinny Caravella.
Alex Navarro.
Through the perils of history, civilizations have risen and fallen.
Yeah, Rise and fall.
So
new cop adventure Persona
now
4.
The civilizations in Civilization 6
Uh-huh.
will rise and fall.
Okay. Can you reload if they fall?
Yes.
Okay, so they will rise again.
Yes, you can make them rise again if you don't get the ideal placement or have something go wrong on you.
Civilization 6, save and reload.
Yes, exactly. This is Rise and Fall. This is the first expansion.
Wow, what
For
is
Civilization
an expansion? Is that like a big DLC? What does expansion
Kind of,
mean?
yeah, I know. Expansion feels like a weird statement nowadays.
So what are you, like 90 years old?
So this is $30. It is a fairly significant, I'd say, overhaul of some core things in Civilization 6. Doesn't completely make the game exactly what I want it to be necessarily, but I think they are considerable improvements, and it does fix some things that were bothering me about this game.
Show me what's new.
All right, let's start with the real basic thing, new civs. Everyone loves new civs.
I love new civs. I love new civilization leaders.
I think I might have just hit a random. Okay, so that was bad. I accidentally hit play now. I didn't mean to do that.
Is that just like we'll set this up for you?
Yes. Sorry about that.
Is Egypt a new civ?
That is an old one.
Okay.
Egypt was in the original base game. I forget exactly how many new civs there are. It's somewhere between 6 and 8.
Wow, really?
Yes.
That's significant.
Yes, and
how many are in the original one?
It was a little more than a dozen, and then they've added several over DLC.
Okay.
Since the game launched.
So this is basically loading an entire game right now.
Yeah, but it's probably a quick one. It'll just take a second.
That's a lot of new civs.
Yeah, it's about par for the course. I want to say the last couple of 5 expansions. All right, so here this is actually okay because this gives us a tutorial.
Okay.
So this kind of explains the new mechanics. Historic moments are tied to these new eras that are sort of built into the game. So each era is its own little mini game in a way.
Okay.
You're trying to earn points to get your civ into a golden age.
What dictates the beginning and end of an era?
It's the same eras they've had before, where it's like the classical era, ancient era, Renaissance era, industrial, all that stuff.
Okay.
But what happens is if you get enough points and you get your civ into a golden age, you get major bonuses for a bunch of different things for your civ.
Okay.
If you fail to hit enough points to hit a normal age, which is just like normal, regular,
we're doing all right.
Stats for everything. You take some penalties on everything for the remainder of that era.
Oh boy! When do they tally the scores in an era?
It's when there's a notification that lets you know, hey, this era is coming to a close.
Okay.
So you have X number of turns until this era is over.
So you won't be completely boned for the rest of the game. You're just
it's just between eras,
a couple of years,
and it is recoverable. Like I've gone through golden ages and dark ages, and I've managed to come out on top regardless.
Okay.
Let's see. So this is how you track your era score. It's just kind of down here, and you can see where you're at and where you need to be.
Okay.
Loyalty is a big new thing in this one. So every city you found has a loyalty meter. Cities you build that are sort of near other, your capital or sort of part of your greater sort of amorphous blob that is your country.
The borders.
Yes. You're more likely to accrue high loyalty there. If you start building cities on more far-flung continents or islands or places that are near other major civs, especially ones that have high culture, that kind of thing, those cities may rebel on you over time.
I feel like that's been touched on before in other civ games with kind of the kind of cultural bleeding effect and
So with 5, there was cultural influence, which you could use to. That was one of the victory conditions. There was a cultural victory, and if you between tourism and produce culture, you could essentially that was how you would win. One of the victory things. This is more about individual cities can just straight up rebel on you.
And once they rebel, do you just have to squash a rebellion?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Either that or so they'll become a free city for a time, and then they may join another empire if they feel like it.
Oh boy.
After 10 turns. Governors are a big way of how you manage this. So governors are new units that you can assign to individual cities, and they all come with their own sets of stats. Some are good for creating more loyalty in like far-flung cities. Some are good for defense. Some are good for science and religion and all the different stuff.
How do you manage your roster of governors? How do you pick which ones are good for loyalty? And do you have like an unlimited?
They have each governor has a specific skill tree.
Is it random or
no? It is designed for each game. So that is the same every time.
Okay.
And let's see. There's also a new alliance system, so like it's not just hey we're allies. It's like we're financial allies,
Okay.
so we make more money between trade routes. Same thing, like if we're science allies, we get more science from trade routes, and then there's defense, all that kind of stuff. And then there are these emergency events, which are, hey, if someone launches a nuke or someone takes over, like militarily takes over another city, you can participate in this and fight against whoever it is that's doing the bad shit.
That's funny. So they're basically like those MMO world events. Like, hey, everybody, the Geth are coming.
Yes.
And like we need to band together. A public event. That's what I was thinking.
Yes, kind of.
Okay.
So those are like the core new mechanics. So okay, let's actually
show me the civs.
Let's create a game. That's how we're gonna find the civs here. Let's see. Alexander's been around. Amantori was around. Catherine. This one, yes. Chandragupta is new. That is a new. India is already in there. Gandhi is in there as a leader, but
you have a new leader.
It's a new leader with slightly different bonuses.
Okay. Oh, right, because each leader has different perks, right?
Yes. Genghis Khan is new for this expansion.
Oh, really? He's been in other Civs.
Yes,
though,
he is a long mainstay of Civ games, but he's just been added with this expansion. She's DLC. DLC. New. Lautaro is new.
Okay.
The Mapuche. Let's see. Who else is new? Poundmaker is new. The Cree Civilization is new. Robert the Bruce is new. The Scots. Siondok is new. Pardon me and my pronunciation.
Trying your best.
Yes.
Is Korea new to the...
Korea was a DLC Civ in 5.
Okay.
Shaka was in 5. He's back in this expansion. Tamar of the Georgian Empire is new. And Wilhelmina of the Dutch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So those are the new ones. We're going to load up a couple of existing saves that I have, though. That's how we're going to do this.
Show me in progress.
So we're going to start with a, let's see here. We're going to go with one where I'm not doing as well, and then I'll show more like a Golden Age save.
Okay.
So this one is a DLC civ, but you'll get a sense of what's going on here as soon as I jump in.
And seen early empires rise and fall.
What are the bonuses here?
Let's see. We have holy sites provide more food and housing if they're next to a river. +3 faith and 1 amenity from entertainment to each city with an aqueduct.
Okay.
And farms provide more food as long as they're adjacent to an aqueduct. And then we have this new, this unique siege unit, and then a prasat, which is a religious building in your
so this is more
holy
like
zone.
a faith.
Yes.
Okay.
Faith and food, basically, are this ones. But the districts were a big part of Civ 6. Like that's still very much a key function of the game. Like you are building districts, you're trying to specialize towns or cities to do certain things.
Is this still Sean Bean?
Yes, it is still Sean Bean. All right, so we are here. I am probably not going to get into the normal age, so you get to see what a dark age looks like here once I kind of get through a few turns here. I'm currently at war right now with Greece. They're mad because I'm kind of close to them.
Are there 5, including you, civs on this map, or is it just 5 people you have met?
Just 5 I've met so far. Okay. Like, as you can see, I've just started exploring this other continent over here, so I haven't met everyone yet.
What's that blinking dot on your map?
I believe that is...
Something happening over here?
There might be something happening over here.
All right.
Not sure exactly. So yeah, we will go to the next turn.
Have you noticed a significant change in the gameplay in the expansion? Or just some kind of added things here and there?
The thing I'd say is that the eras make, like the new era system makes the mid-game and just sort of like the individual like eras feel much more like something you're building toward.
Okay.
As opposed
less
to just
of a grind.
The grind feels like it's actually meaningful versus like just something that you have to do in the game. I'm gonna see if we can make peace with her because I don't want to keep going to war. So, a lot of this stuff was like the agendas were a thing that were already in there. Each civ has their own kind of agenda. Like she's much more into military and war and kind of yells at you when you don't fight enough. Okay. There are some weird things with the AI in this game. Like they don't always do things that make sense. Like why would a civ yell at you for not wanting to go to war more? Like that feels weird.
I mean, with them or with other people?
Like in general. Like
maybe they think you're weak.
I guess
fight me.
It's just it doesn't make a lot of sense in the context of trying to win this game.
Well, you can win through domination, right? Can't
yes,
you destroy everybody else.
But why would they want you to do that?
Fight me, because you're weak. I'll crush you under my boot.
I still think it's a slightly weird thing, and occasionally they'll yell at you for stuff that just doesn't make a lot of sense.
Listen, Alex, I question why anybody is belligerent and tries to goad people into wars.
That's fair. I also question this. So we'll just keep exploring along here. Yeah, but the one thing I will say is that the AI in this game, or at least in this expansion, feels a little better. It feels like they're not starting stupid wars for no reason. Like if Greece is fighting because Greece wants to fight, that's Greece's thing. But I'm not getting like other civs like constantly starting battles with me for no reason. In general, it feels like the things the AI civs are doing are generally toward trying to win the game.
Okay.
Like they're making smarter decisions.
Gandhi launching nukes at you constantly.
No.
Okay. So what do you have to do to get your Golden Age, Dark Age meter moving?
So lots of things factor into that. Building wonders, learning new technologies and civics.
Do they tell you?
Yes.
Okay.
It'll say like, hey, in fact, you know what? Here, I'll show you. This is my timeline of things where I have gotten score. So I made my first one of these Domries, which are these elephant-based siege units, and I got an era score for that. We changed our government to a monarchy, and that got me an era score. Sometimes it's small things like earning a new technology or something like that, or bringing a new city into the fold, like either through military conquest or having them join you.
Does it tell you beforehand, or do you just kind of get a feel for what's going to move?
You just get a feel for like what's going to do it.
Okay.
But it is like most of the major components of what you do in this game will feed into that.
Like if you're doing well, you're going to be...
Yeah.
It's going to show. If you're doing poorly, it's going to show.
Exactly.
All right. Can you show me some of the governor stuff if you get a chance?
Yes, as soon as I get through these
charting
things.
this
yeah.
ice pack.
I think I'm about to meet someone new here.
Boy, these are some real intrepid explorers.
We've met Indonesia. Indonesia is one of those places I've always wanted to visit.
Are they a new civ in here?
Yeah, they're DLC. They were part of the last. So the Khmer and Indonesia were the last DLC pack.
Okay. Oh, they came as a group?
You got two of them together. Let's see. I'm just gonna fortify you there. So let's look at the governors. So these are the governors I have.
Okay. So is this your stable, or do you get more of them?
You only get these. Was it 7? Yeah, you only get these 7 to work with.
Okay.
So you have to decide.
Same each game,
and so you have to decide where to appoint them, where it makes sense. So like Pingala here is more of a science-based person. So you get more science and culture generated in the city. And I've got him set with this promotion to more production toward campus buildings.
Okay.
Amani is the diplomat, so I put her in a city that's like near the borders of other cities. Mm-hmm. And one of her things is that she can add more loyalty to any other city that's within like 9 tiles of where she's based.
Interesting. How do you unlock these other 3?
There's just over time, like sometimes it's civics. If you unlock a certain civic, you get a new promotion, and when you get a new promotion, you can either appoint a new governor or add a promotion to an existing one.
And it's one governor per city, but with sometimes a range that'll affect other stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And those are like the key new things. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of this is still the same core game that it was before, but like those are the primary change-ups.
What do you usually go for in your Civ games? What's your...
I'm a very science-focused player. I tend to find that as, like, the most reliable win condition.
Okay.
So, like, I started this game trying to be more religious-focused, but I got just clowned on immediately because, like, the Catholics from another nation came through, and they were just like, nah, son. And then eventually the Buddhists from another nation came through, and they just kind of took over my religion before I even had a chance to get it going. So I just refocused to science, and I think I'm leading that category.
It's a hard right turn.
Yeah. I mean, look, science and religion, they intermingle in many different ways. It is all about trying to understand the world.
Two sides of the very different coins.
Yeah, very different.
Just one's a coin and one's I think there's a coin.
Yes.
I believe there's a coin.
So we discovered mass production, and that is when the Renaissance era truly started.
Is there a coin? Listen, prove there's not a coin.
I can't prove there's not a coin.
Okay.
So you see how everything got a little bit more desaturated here and is a little little
you're
grimmer?
in the dark age?
We're in the dark age right now.
Good job. It's a great time for science.
Yeah. So every time there's a new era, you can add one new bonus. I think later on you can add like 2 or 3 at a time, but right now you can only add 1. And so you can decide what things will feed into your era score.
Uh-huh.
So in this case, I can say every time I construct a new specialty district, I'll get +1. Or in this one, I gain +3 every time you discover a new continent or a natural wonder, which there aren't a lot of those, so maybe I won't get as much from that.
They take these off the table when you pick them? For the next time?
No, sometimes they'll crop back up.
Okay.
Every time I'll do the trade route one because that's a pretty easy one. All right. And here's our tech tree. This is where we're at right now.
So how do you get out of this dark age?
You just go through the next era.
Oh, so you have to be in the dark age this whole era?
Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
But if you've built accordingly, sometimes the negative bonuses aren't so bad. Like here, one of the big things is like a loyalty penalty. But I think I have some bonuses going in this one where like any governor that's in a city adds loyalty. So that sort of negates some of the negativity there.
Okay.
Makes it a little more manageable. Like, I was doing really badly in this game at the beginning, and I'm much further along at home, and I'm pretty much dominating right now in my home game.
So
I just hit...
What difficulty were you on?
This is King, which I think is like the middle tier.
Okay.
It's about the normal one I tend to play on.
So you made it around the world.
Yeah, I hit the first circumnavigation of the world, so I got a +5 for that.
Nice. So do you find yourself behind then, moving into the next era? If you didn't reach full score in the previous one?
You can.
You have to make up a lot of ground?
Not necessarily. Again, they're penalties, but they're not. They don't completely kneecap you as long as you're sort of prepared for them.
I just mean on the score. If the last one was like, hey, get this 60, and you got to like 50, and then does it just go like, now get the 74, and you're still at 50?
Well, here, I'll show you in a second. Let me just get this open borders treaty going, because I need to sail through her territory.
So now it's 74, and you were at like 58.
Yeah, but now I'm all the way up to 63.
Right. So I guess my question was like, does it keep pushing the field goal posts, the goal posts?
It kind of does.
Back?
It does. I mean, it doesn't readjust to where you were.
It doesn't. Okay.
No, but like I've also haven't found getting back to where I need to be totally insurmountable.
Okay.
Yeah, you just hang out there for now. And so we'll play a couple more turns of this, and then I'll load up my other game where I think I have a golden age set to go.
So what is the science victory when you have to get launched a shuttle, get to Alpha Centauri?
So it's Mars this time. Last time it was just literally build a ship that goes to space.
Yeah.
This one, it's you launch a satellite, then you launch some kind of orbiter, and then you have to build 3 parts of a Mars habitat.
And launch your car into space?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Then you win. Then everybody else is
but I mean, kinda. Forgot that I had a scout out there. See who else we can meet here. I do like looking at this game. Oh, they got a big statue.
Nice.
I have some wonders too. Let's see what wonders I've got. I should probably zoom out to see what they are. Let's see here. I haven't built very many wonders yet in this one, but I have Oracle over here. It's very nice. And I have... Okay, yeah, in my home game, I have a lot more, actually, wonders. But this one, I only have 1 right now. We'll go one more turn.
How's it run?
Runs well, I found. This is everything maxed out here. At home, I'm running on slightly lower settings, but like it runs well, it loads quickly. Like nice. I think they've actually improved the performance a decent amount with this expansion because I feel like the game loads up much faster than it did.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Like the AI turns don't take forever.
Yeah, if you're playing on like a huge map with like 12 civs, it can get a little long toward the end of the game, but on like normal map size, it's not too bad. And there goes my scout.
Are those bandits?
You can't go around
yeah, the barbarians as the game refers to them.
Okay.
No, he's not dead yet. Oh, it looks like I can actually do a governor thing, so that's good. What do I need here? I need a commercial hub. I need more money. I'm not making nearly enough money yet. Build that armory. All right, so here I can either appoint a new governor or I can appoint a new promote, basically.
What are promotions?
So promotions are just the new stats. So in this case, let's see Amani. So yeah, other states within 9 tiles not owned by you gain +2 royalty per turn towards your civilization. That's a good thing.
Okay, so they're basically just going down the tech tree.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have 2, so I can. I'm actually going to appoint a new governor. I'm going to appoint Victor to this city.
He doesn't look like somebody you'd want as your governor.
No, he's good. He's good for military stuff, and this is kind of like on the border. I mean, I'm in good standing with this civ right now with the Congo, but you never know. And this is my spy, who I've just been keeping in my home city, counter spy.
What's your
Oh, actually,
Alex, there's a lot going on here, but
there is.
I assume folks that are interested in this expansion know what's up.
Yes.
What's your best military unit so far? What do you got? Where are you technology-wise?
I'm not super far along. I think the most advanced units I have are like crossbowmen. I have a knight. Okay. This is the year 1090, so we're not like super deep into the technology.
Yeah,
yet.
but I feel like they never really unless Civ games have changed. I feel like you could be in like 2053 and still have spears. And
you totally can. It depends on what you upgrade and what you don't. Yeah. But in this case, I tend to find that the game, at the very least, like if you're upgrading your units regularly along the timeline, usually it will kind of keep within
500 years.
Yeah, it'll keep within the range. Who needs orders? Oh, you need a trade route. And we'll send you to Brussels. They seem to want that. And much of the stuff around like city-states is pretty similar in this one. You can take you're much more likely to sort of like gain favor with a city-state if you assign a governor to one of them. Mm-hmm. I haven't really been doing that very much. I tend to like having the governors in my cities, but if you really want to get a city-state under your control, you can do that.
And they'll come into your civ?
Yeah.
So you can assign a governor to a city-state even if it's not in your fold already?
As long as I think, yes, you can. I don't, again, I haven't really been messing too much with that aspect. Uh-huh. I tend to find that city-states are useful to a point in this game, but not maybe direly necessary.
Is it? I can't remember if it's 6. I didn't play a lot of 6, but when you...
I'm gonna load up my other game now.
Can you pillage... Can you basically raise a city-state or take it over? Do you get that option when you kind of invade it? Is that this game? I don't remember.
Raising, I haven't messed with raising cities at all in this game, so I'm not actually sure if that's a feature. Okay. In 5, it definitely was.
Maybe I'm thinking of
when you
5.
took over a city in 5, you could just raise it to the ground.
The acrid smell of smoke.
So this is Wilhelmina of the Dutch Empire. You can see here it's a very trade-focused civ.
Is a fine hat.
Your trade routes, your own cities provide 1 loyalty, and to foreign cities add extra culture. Major adjacency bonuses for campus, theater squares, and industrial zones next to a river. And you can culture bomb adjacent tiles when completing a harbor.
And you get a sick boat.
Yes, you get a sick boat, and you get to build polders, which you can build on the shorelines.
Is it energy? What is it?
It's like food and gold and a little bit of production.
Knowing that they are under the protection of your mighty warships. Above all,
so it sounds like it's kind of naval-based and trade-based?
Yeah, which is very much how they were in 5 as well.
And if not...
So as these expansions come out and the DLC comes out,
so I'm in a golden age right now, and you can see, look how bright everything is.
It's very, very bright.
Yes.
Do you feel like they... This is a weird thing to ask. I'm not sure if I'm putting this correctly. Are they getting back to where they left with Civ 5? Because there was a lot of stuff by the end of the run of Civ 5 that had made it a very different game from the base game.
Yes, and I think Civ 5 with all the expansions is still my favorite Civ.
Okay.
Now, granted, I came to 4 after 5, and I've only played a little bit of 3, so I don't have the experience with those that some people do. Oh, Korea's mad at me.
What'd you do?
I don't know. She's just mad. Oh, we have different governments.
Oh,
well,
boy.
fine.
Well.
This is not there yet for me. But I think that the way the era stuff plays in and the governor aspects of the game, I do think they are big improvements. But there are I definitely still feel like science is too easy of a victory to rely on in these games. I haven't felt like a strong pull to try the other victory conditions because it's so easy sometimes to win with science. Harder difficulties make that harder because civs will definitely come after you much more.
Like harass you while you're trying to study.
But I tend to not be a military-focused player, and I haven't had a hard time not playing that way. You know, like
that's good because I feel like when I was in Civ, I used to feel like the defense and military was, and a strong offense.
Yeah,
was kind of the only way I could survive. So it's nice to hear that other options are viable, if not more viable.
Yeah, I would say military is not necessarily the core focus of a lot of this stuff. I have some more wonders here. Let's see. I don't remember what they're all called. This is some sort of palace. I built this on a lake, and it looks really cool.
What year are you in?
This is the year 1725.
Okay. Those are really nice skyscrapers.
Yeah. I believe this is Oxford University. This is the Terracotta Army over here.
Just built that last year.
Yep. That's out there. I got the Colosseum over here. What else do I got? Yeah, I got some more.
Historically accurate.
Oh, I got the Great Zimbabwe over here. Check that shit out.
It seems like you have uncovered the majority of the civs, too. Can we look at the grander map here? Just like kind of a zoom out?
That's about as far as
is that... You can't look at like a big broad... I guess I could look on the mini-map.
Yeah, the mini-map is kind of...
Because you have some territory.
Yeah, I do. This game... And so here, part of the reason I'm doing so well in this game is it's one difficulty lower than the other one. Also, I've had good luck with my culture taking over other cultures. So in this case, the Zulu have been having a rough time. One of their cities decided to join me, and as a result of that, these other cities are now... This one's an open rebellion, and this one will be soon.
Because the influence is just spreading?
Yes.
Okay.
So
each one you take over pushes...
Yes.
Okay.
And this is also happening with this city here in India. So
it seems like it could be frustrating if you're on the receiving end of that.
It hasn't really happened to me yet. Like, I've been very lucky in that or at the very least my planning has been such that cities have not been revolting on me.
Oh boy.
All right, let's see what we got here. That's a quick one, so we'll just get rifling done.
How much automation do they have in here in terms of, hey, I don't want to micromanage governors, I don't want to pick promotions, like...
I haven't really, if there is any, I haven't messed with it.
Okay.
Like, I don't really know what the auto options are because I like micromanaging everything.
Sure, I mean, hey, probably why you come to the game, right?
It kind of is, yeah. Like, managing all my cities and making sure they're all doing exactly what I want them to do is very much a thing that I am transfixed on.
So are you going for a science victory here as well?
Yes. And let's see where I'm at with that. I am leading. Okay, they want one of my great works, and they are offering me some shit. I don't want that. I want my great works. You can't have them. So I'm leading in science, and you can see I'm not doing so well in these other categories, but I'm far enough ahead in science that I feel like it doesn't matter.
Okay.
And none of these other people are like on the verge of winning any of these.
Is there a way to tell like how far they are?
So you see, there's a little bit of meter that's sort of like building up here. You can barely see it here. You can see a little bit more like how there's color here and there isn't up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's how you know like they've gotten a little further along in the religious victory.
It's just like filling up that thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. All right, you just built that. And build another farm.
That's how you build a farm.
Yep. That's how it works. And you need some production. You're not... Actually, you need some walls. Build some walls. I'm just about exhausted all the places I can explore out here. And, all right.
Do you have planes yet?
We are not at air travel yet in this one. But we're actually not that far off.
Do you have gunpowder?
We do, I believe, have gunpowder. Yeah, I have riflemen over here.
Time to march. Are you the first one with gunpowder?
I don't know if I was the first one or not.
Boy, a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, so I got Georgia over here. I've got India over here. India does not like it when other civs are too close to their borders, so they get kind of testy about that. And I think we have Persia down here.
So do you generally just not march on other civs?
I tend not to unless there's some really good reason to do so. Like if they start a war with me and I'm just like dominating, I'm just like, well, fuck yeah, I'll just march into your territory. What do I care?
So do when you assimilate the other cities into your civ, if you take over their capital, are they out of the game?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if they run out of cities, period.
Okay.
So like their capital shifts to another city if the capital is gone, but like as long as they have cities, they will continue to exist. But now they don't have any cities left. They're both free cities. So the Zulu are out.
Okay.
The only way they would come back is if someone militarily conquered these cities and gave it back to them, I believe.
Oh, you can do that?
You could in 5. I haven't done that.
Oh, wow. Okay.
In 6 really much, but yes, you could do that in 5. Oh, what do we got? Oh, you. Yeah, you know what? I don't really need you anymore. I'm just gonna... Yeah, goodbye.
How's your money?
Money's good. He's mad.
How come he's not speaking?
They only speak in certain cutscenes. Sometimes when they're just expressing they're mad at you, they don't say anything. Okay. They speak with their hands.
Okay, listen, I can get behind that.
But yeah, I think that's kind of the gist of it.
Okay. Rise and fall.
Rise and fall.
$30?
It is $30.
Do you know how much Civ 6 is going for still? Is it still 60?
That I don't know. It's probably dropped a little bit in price, I'm guessing.
I wonder if they'll start putting out, if they haven't already, just bundles.
Yeah.
With it.
Never criticize a rifleman until you've walked a mile.
I stole some technology with my spy in this one.
He'll be barefoot. Never criticize a rifleman.
No, we
Sean
got
Bean just really wants to.
Fragile.
Guys, got something to tell you.
Yeah. All right.
Let's see.
One of the spy missions you can do actually is neutralizing another city's governor, so you can just take them out for a certain number of turns.
Civ 6 on Steam
is
on sale right now for $30.
Okay.
Normally $60. And I don't know if they have a bundle with Rise and Fall yet. But you said there's also DLC out there, right?
Yes, there are several DLC civs and scenario packs, if that is your thing.
Yeah, I was kind of looking to see. Okay, I think there's like a digital deluxe version, which has the Poland, Australia, Persia, and Macedon?
Macedon.
Okay.
Nubia
and
Khmer in
Indonesia. Yeah, so there's a digital deluxe.
So that's all the DLC so far.
And that is $40 on Steam for.
That's not a bad deal
for the game and that stuff.
Because that DLC is like sometimes between $8 and $9 a pack.
A pop?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that does seem like not a bad deal.
I just want to get far enough along so that this one of these cities joins me because I know this one's going. One turn. So there we go.
You're a tyrant.
And so when a city wants to join you, you have the option of just either freeing it or making it part of your empire.
Like if you don't want to like incur the cost of having it.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there isn't a lot of cost. Like, it isn't like in 5 where adding more cities like negates like civilization happiness.
Oh.
Like, you can expand freely in this game.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Then why would you want it to be a free city?
I don't know. Maybe you just don't feel like taking on the responsibility of it.
Ethically.
Yeah. Or you know, if it's far flung enough that like, you know, keeping its loyalty might be a challenge, maybe you don't want to do that.
But you don't have to. You can't raise it. It's either keep it free or
yes,
take
it's
it
either
over.
keep it free or take it over.
Okay.
Keep city, refuse it.
Okay. You want to keep it. All right. When you refuse it,
it could be won over by a different civilization.
Right. Burn it to the ground. No. All right. Listen. You know what I feel like?
What?
They're willing to rebel against their old civ. They're willing to rebel against you, man.
I don't know, man. I think they're going to be pretty happy over here in Dutchland. I think they're going to find our stroopwafels delicious. I think they are going to find our polders plentiful. And they are going to find our weed delightful.
That's why they come over.
Yes.
That's actually, it's not the borders that are spreading, it's the weed cloud that is taking over the continent.
Yeah, weed really should be a thing you can build a plantation for in these games. Hey, everyone at Fire Axis that's listening right now, for Axis,
I like fire axes.
Yeah. For Axis, put weed in the game.
I mean, that's why they have those big windmills, right? To blow the cloud forward.
Yes.
And just
Civ 6 Expansion 2, all weed. It's just weed farm. You just turn the game into weed farm. That's all it is.
And just all the Civ leaders just like,
yep.
Hey.
Everyone's just fucking roasted.
Hey, you know, we could probably get to Mars together, man.
I don't know, man. Like, it's just really hard. Like, have you ever just looked at your hands?
Sometimes I feel like you're just in a game. You're just in like a game, and you're just like somebody's just making the choice. Do you feel like that, man? I feel great. I feel great.
I come from a civilization that's really not into colonialism, yet here I am. What the fuck's going on?
Why do we build up when we should just dig down? You know?
Yeah.
Mother Earth just like.
Let's just coexist.
All right. Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Vinny.
Civ Rise and Fall.
Civ Rise and Fall, $30 out now.
Right.
I think it's better. It doesn't fix everything, but I think it is better.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's this angry guy?